My name is Samantha Mullins, I'm 27 and I've been under Dave's guidance for just under a year. So before I joined Dave's program, I was really active in the sense that I played a lot of water polo, hockey. I trained a bit, but I guess I really didn't understand what I was doing in the gym. I thought I did, but you don't really know what you don't know. In terms of my eating, I thought it was structured and I thought I knew the basics of nutrition. Essentially, my understanding of healthy eating was cutting out the likes of pasta, burgers. I would limit it, but on the weekends, I found myself sort of going off track quite a bit. You know, you would have social gatherings, we would have water polo events, and let's be honest, you would chow a pizza, you would have whatever you really felt like at the time. So I wouldn't say there was a lot of structure, and understanding was probably the biggest thing that was lacking in my diet. So before Dave, I did attempt a body transformation challenge, which was I think around a 3-month program or challenge. The issue there that I felt it was really restrictive. So, you know, you would really cut out huge food groups and foods that I really enjoyed. So I will be honest, I found myself doing it for about a month and a half, and then I did fall off the bandwagon and I just completely forgot about it. It became too difficult. So I followed Dave on Instagram for quite some time before I actually reached out. I can't remember how I found out about Dave. It probably was just on my feed or when I was exploring on Instagram. But I started watching his page, watching transformations of other people, both male and female, and I started seeing the real difference that he was making in other people's lives. I obviously knew that I had progress to make and I had room for improvement. So when I saw these other people making changes and improvements and a huge difference in their lives, I thought, well, what about me? You know, I can also do the same. So I was obviously, I'm not gonna lie, Dave, concerned about the price of his programs, and I was like, no, he's really good. I don't think it's gonna be for me. But once I actually inquired with him, he was super responsive, which I really liked initially. He replied to my Instagram message, my DM. Yeah, I slid into the DMs. But he replied like almost immediately, and he was really, really responsive, really engaging, really helpful. I obviously looked at the website and saw, actually, he's really reasonable and really like accessible to the likes of me, who's just an average person. You know, I'm not looking for that really like technical lifestyle of training and competing. So I eventually took the plunge and joined Dave, and the rest is history, I guess. So what I enjoy about Dave's program and guidance and help is that it's not restrictive. So I am able to eat a lot of really good food, which is important to me because I absolutely love food. It's just one of the few joys in life. So I get the likes of Steri Stumpies, burgers. I think Dave gets tired of me always asking, can I please have burgers in my plan? Because I just love them. So the freedom to have what you like and what you enjoy is great, because you don't feel limited, you don't feel under pressure, you don't feel restricted. And I think the worst thing about other diets is when you're restricted, it's a lot of pressure, and that pressure can build up and cause you to fall off the bandwagon. I've said that term a lot, but it can cause you to fall off the bandwagon, and quite frankly, you just get sick of it. So it just gets too much effort, too tiring, and it's not a sustainable lifestyle. And I know Dave mentions sustainable a lot, but it's the truth of the matter. If you can incorporate all the foods you enjoy and that you love, it really is sustainable. So the advice I'd give to someone who is considering making a lifestyle change or taking the plunge is really to back yourself. So I think the easiest thing when you're trying to make a decision like this is to take the easy route. And that would be not following someone like Dave, not following the guidance that you're given, because it just is easier on yourself. It is more difficult to be structured, to follow a plan, to make difficult decisions when you have to make them. But I think back yourself 100%, and it sounds funny, but love yourself enough to make the decision that is in your favor. So, you know, following someone like Dave and putting your all and all your effort into it really comes down to wanting better for yourself, knowing that you can have better, It's very easy for us just to stand here and be satisfied with where we're at and fool ourselves into believing that we are good where we are, because I did for a long time. I fooled myself into believing, no, I'm fine, man. Like, my friends tell me I have a flat stomach, I'm good to go, you know. But the fact of the matter is that there is always better, and you can always better yourself. So don't be scared to fail, because I think that's a big one as well. A lot of people use the excuse that, no, I'm gonna fail, I can't do this, I'm not good at it. But back yourself, do it, make the right decision, and just really commit yourself. Like, even if it is like I did initially for 3 months, back yourself for 3 months, and I promise you, when you see the difference, you see the results, like I did. I think Dave, it was like after the first month, I said to Dave, that's it, I'm done, cool, I'm doing this long term. Because once you start seeing those results, the effect that it has on you, you definitely will buy in for the long term. So apart from the physical improvements that I saw as part of Dave's program, there's obviously emotional and mental benefits that come with it. It's just part of life that when you start seeing yourself looking better, you start feeling better. So that was one of the benefits that I did get. For a long time, I think Dave knows that I didn't believe the results I was seeing. I was like, no, it's not good enough. No, I haven't done enough in a month, or whatever the case may be. But eventually, when I looked at those comparisons, because it's one thing Dave does really well, is he sends you your progress and says to you, like, you've done a fantastic job. When I started seeing it side by side, I was like, wait, actually, that's pretty phenomenal. Like, I've made some serious changes. And you start getting a confidence boost, not just in the way you look, but in your commitment and determination. So, you know, I told myself after seeing the difference, I was like, actually, I did a really good job. Like, I've been super committed, I've really stuck to this, and I've done myself the service, you know, of really sticking to a plan and doing what was expected of me. So mentally, yes, I look better, which is always cool when you look at yourself in the mirror, but you feel better about yourself, you know, and you start getting compliments, you start feeling better. It's also like a sense of performance. So, I mean, I hate running, but I ran the other day and I did a 10K without much of an effort. And prior to that, I really struggled with running. And it's just the case of being healthier and being lighter, of course. It makes running easier. So in that regard, you start seeing yourself as a better, and I put it in inverted commas, athlete. Not an athlete, but you see yourself as a better performance. You know, you can do things that you didn't think you could previously. So.
Okay, so the thing I love about Sam's transformation, and I want you guys to take this in the right way, is that Sam had a good body before she started. Now she has an unreal body. What I'm saying is that, just as Sam touched on, there seems to be this culture at the moment where we're told to just, you know, just accept how we are. And I'm not saying that's necessarily a bad thing, but I'm a huge advocate for you can always improve. You can always grow in all areas of your life. And if we have this complacency that creeps into our lives where you're like, you know what, I look okay, I'm fine, let me be. You might be missing out on huge growth in your life, whether it be physical, emotional, mental, you know, but if you never challenge yourself, you will never look to achieve more. And I think that's the big thing, guys. Although things might be going good or they might be going bad, we should still challenge ourselves. We should challenge ourselves to be more. And Sam challenged herself. She could have easily just been what she was, and she still would have got many compliments from people. People would have said, you look great, but you know, there wasn't enough for her. And she's worked really, really hard over the past, you know, just under a year. I think a lot of clients come on here and they say, oh, you know, the food's awesome, the this, the that, but they don't give themselves enough credit, because no one can go through coaching for 9 to 12 months and not put their hand up and put the efforts in and get the transformation that Sam got. And, you know, guys and girls, you can be more. You know, anyone can achieve more. It's in your hands. You have to take that first step. Obviously, someone guiding you will help a lot, but it starts and ends with you. If you want to be more, reach out and get the necessary help. Challenge yourself and put the work in and just grow. Grow in all areas of your life. You know, this is what I want for people. It's not all about just losing body fat. It's about growing in all areas of your life, improving your life, being more confident, being more healthy, being an athlete, going for runs, and just becoming more. There's nothing better than being the best version of yourself, guys. So stop selling yourself short and just commit to something. Just, achieve more, guys. Achieve more. Stop selling yourself short. Be more.